Already feeling a little bit sick. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel where I aim to bring you everything from minimalism, sustainability, self-care and self-development. Today I'm here to speak about my thoughts and opinions on the Netflix documentary Seaspiracy. As I'm sure you've heard, Seaspiracy is the documentary exposing the impacts of pollution and overfishing on marine life, but has drawn criticism from marine organizations and experts all over the world. The film, directed and presented by 27-year-old filmmaker Ali Tabrizi, challenges the idea of sustainable mass fishing and alleges that commercial fishing industries are guilty of animal welfare abuses. So of course, with an industry worth billions of dollars being exposed, backlash is expected, and that's exactly what happened. With online articles posted by organizations such as The Independent and Wired, stating that scientists and marine conservation groups have pointed out that the documentary contains inaccuracies and is accused of being misleading. In the documentary, numerous people from various organizations were asked simple questions which they could not answer, or made them sweat, or made them deviate from the actual question asked, or just outright refuse to take an interview. Does that not raise alarm bells? The article, however, continues on to state that the film regularly exaggerates and makes links where there aren't any, with many scenes apparently staged and at least one interview taken out of context. In the end, you as an individual have to realize that news and journalism is a business, and the more dramatic something is made to seem, the more rating it gets. So do your research whether you're for or against something and try to be as objective as possible. As a pescatarian of 20 years, I started out as a vegetarian at the age of 13. After hearing a similar story my dad had witnessed about the meat industry, but started consuming fish not long thereafter for health reasons. I was vegetarian for many years on Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays, which I stopped after I came to the conclusion that I did not necessarily eat fish on all the other days. And so I decided not to restrict myself if I had the opportunity to eat fish on the designated veg days. Not too long after this, I decided to become veg again, but this didn't last too long. I struggled as a student to make nutritious meals, and eating out was a nightmare back then, before veganism and vegetarian has become what it is today. When I was younger, my brother was always baffled by the fact that I could eat seafood, but not other meat, and he would tell me how much more inhumane catching fish was as opposed to other meat. Anyway, after watching Seaspiracy, and something I've been considering for some time before the movie was even released, was to go back to my roots and become vegetarian again. Especially knowing what I know now and that I can get protein from plant-based products just as easily. After the movie was released, one of the Greenpeace staff members in our Greenpeace volunteer group sent out a blog post that Greenpeace published stating that there's no simple solution, and for years Greenpeace has been telling their supporters to eat less fish and that eating a more plant-based diet is key for ocean health. But campaigning for a blanket ban on fishing would undermine the rights of people worldwide, who depend on the ocean for their livelihoods and who are in desperate need of allies that are prepared to speak up on their behalf. Many coastal communities live in harmony with nature, not taking more from the ocean than the ocean can give it. As you can see, there are varying points of view, and it's for you to do your research and make your own call. We are, however, subjective beings, and in spite of receiving the same information, based on our values and beliefs, we can very easily come to different conclusions. And it's not to say that you're right and I'm wrong, or the other way around. Just try to be as open-minded as you can and question things. Beware of fake news and don't believe everything you hear and read. Most organizations are profit-driven or have an agenda, and therein lies subjectivity. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it's opened your mind up to a little about what's out there. In doing research for this video, I learned quite a bit myself. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and until next time, be the change you want to see.